Yeah, we find her, the beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. So it goes so, the remix.
DMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give it the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us on your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shorty, what's worth of a lady. Ain't nice but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. Within took a little fun eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. He was right at the bus station. I'm trying to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so tough. I felt this sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. And now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it by. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, a killing thigh. I found me a beautiful girl.
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe, shaped like a Coke bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty. I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk, she must be from a planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger, we look good together. Take your place in my heart with your beauty. I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
Such the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. If you touch us and breeze at night, all I really want in my life. Oh yeah, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes, I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, a killing thigh. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl. What beautiful girl? Yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money, you seen her? Hot Ice, have you seen her? LP, have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMB, baby. Look,
Beautiful.
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time, I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace several presents and gifts. Call me Santa Claus. I make a heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me ass and culture, I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'ma go get her. Since I'm a go getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world, anything for my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, killing thigh.
touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Man of prestige. Ha! Now this guy win. Now you win. Now you win today. Now you win. Now you win. I agree. Man of prestige. Now man you be.
I'm sure some people will be jealous now the way I talk about Ola. But I have learned a lot from him. That's why I keep telling you to follow him. If you don't follow Man of Prestige, now you know.
Welcome. What's going on, family? How are you doing? Let's make sure we check audio. Oh my God, why am I yelling? All right, how's everybody doing? Hopefully it's not too loud. If it's too loud, let me know. We'll tone it down a little bit. Welcome to Man of Prestige. My name is Ola. I'm coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios in the heart of New Jersey. All right, welcome. Let me see what's in the chat really quickly. Of course, D Love is here. Hello, D Love. Good to see you. Tina, how far? Hi. All right, good. All right, so we have a topic to cover today. I'm not gonna do chop story. I have one story to cover today. We're gonna talk about this Nikki thought. I think OJA. Somebody in the comments said. Somebody said, Ola, can you please cover this Nikki story? I'm like, who are these people? Nikki, Jamie, who are? Let me check them out. I go, whoa, what's going on here? So we're going to talk about that today. But Patrick, hello, sir. How are you, sir? Good to see you. So we're going to talk about Jamie, Perkins, and Nikki today. That story is a big story. It looks like it's a story that will keep coming for a while, too. But yes, my name is Ola. Shout out to all my sponsors: D Love, Shilmama, Gores Corner, Tima, Desua, Film Girl, Natu, Mo Fresh, Richie. Thank you so much. We are looking for today's sponsor. Right now we're up to $220 for the month. Our goal is $1,000. We're on the 23rd. Anything can happen. You never know, right? So, but we're on 220. I want to say shout out to everybody that's ever donated to this platform. I appreciate you. Okay, you can donate as low as 99 cents. Okay, just 1 cent short of $1 by simply clicking on the dollar sign on the channel. But yes, do me a favor, hit that like button, share, subscribe. Let's notify everybody by simply clicking on like. That pings as many people as possible into the room. Basically, we cover trendy topics here, and we extract relationship-based lessons, particularly from a power standpoint. We cover everything from self-power, social, art of seduction, attraction, and emotional intelligence, and we leave all the right and wrong stuff to other people. All right. So, and if you haven't downloaded this book yet, you can download it for free from loveandprestige.com. You can download it free PDF. Why? I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to poison you. No, I'm just kidding. But it's free. The PDF is free, and you can also access other options like audiobook, paperback, a hardcover like this. If that's what you're interested in, you can find a link to all of those different versions. I personally like listening to audio plus Kindle. If it's a book that I really feel like I need to soak things in, I do both together. Okay, I listen and I'm reading the Kindle at the same time to make sure it's coming on both ends. If it's otherwise, but I need to read anyway, I'm not really a reader, so audiobook works for me. That option is also available back there. All right, but you can see all of that at loveandprestige.com. All right, who else is here? Who else do we have here today? Let me know where you're plugging in from, what city, what state. If you can say something, that would be nice. but today we're going to be covering this. We're going to cover this Nikki and Jamie story. Let me share my page with you really quickly, and then we're diving. We're going to analyze, as much as possible. Keep in mind, let me warn you, I do not analyze from right and wrong standpoint. I don't. Okay, don't ask me to listen to the other side. I don't do that. Okay, somebody is usually talking and that person, whatever they're saying, I use it to analyze, particularly where they're coming from, the dangers, the upside, downside of what they're saying. That's all I'm privy to. This is not the court of law, so I will not be analyzing anything from a standpoint of right and wrong. And like I said earlier, we address everything from heart of seduction and attraction standpoint. So a right and wrong obsession it's given. It's no wonder why everybody is struggling out there, right? Because who is the ultimate judge now? It's not me. I can only analyze what you say. I can look at what you say and say, hey, well, if you say this, it's likely that you're thinking this, likely, like not accurate necessarily, absolutely, right? And we just assess things from that standpoint. And I think the nuances of that is needed badly today. It's needed badly in today's dating, relationship, and marriage environment. Everybody is judging themselves. Everybody, literally, okay? And I think it's toxic, and I think it's the reason why you have these people find themselves in poto. So with that being said, you can see some people already judging this lady, saying she never loved him, right? She never loved him. So I don't know how familiar you are with this story, but I'll be catching up to speed along with you, right? But there's a story on page 6.com. I'm going to be reading from page 6.com. Yep, I'm going to be reading from there. So just listen to me. If you have any points, put it in the chat. But already some of you might know about this story more than I do. I'm open to hearing any sides you know. I just want you to be aware that I don't wait for that before I analyze things, okay? And yes, I can be off because obviously, just like everybody else, I don't have access to all of the information, right? All we have is what we see in the public eyes right now. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and if you want to come up and chop it up with me, because that's the only story I'm covering today, I'm just gonna go ahead and post this, drop the link, okay, and then I'll pin it to the top just in case anybody comes in at any point and they feel like they want to chime in. I can still appreciate all angles, basically. Pin, there you go, boom, we're good to go. All right, so welcome. As you're coming in though, do me a favor. Hey Chidima, how far? How you did, Chidima? As you're coming in though, just hit the like button, share, subscribe. I think right now we're already missing 4. Help your brother out now. Help your brother. Don't let me be the only one out in this street with less than 10,000 subscribers. Help your brother out. I beg. Can I beg you? Can you please hit the like button? If you don't mind, can you go ahead and hit the like button? All right. That goes. It means a lot when you do that for me. It means everything to me when you do that. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So listen to me. I'm learning as we go in all of this. I want you to keep that at the back of your mind. I am learning. Okay. So there might be a little bit of a selfish motive here, right? I'm learning as we go. So I don't really give myself ultimatum to finish learning everything in life. I think that's a great way to shoot yourself on the legs, and I think a lot of people do that, and they don't necessarily say it, but they act it. Okay, so YouTuber Jamie Perkins, that's the guy, the white boy. I think they're from Australia, something like that. Jamie Perkins accuses ex-wife Nikki Thought. Is that her real name? That's a question. That's a real question. I mean that. I'm just learning about them for the first time, okay? Nikki Thought of abuse and infidelity shares clip of violent outburst. All right, let me see here. Let me actually go ahead and share this. I don't know. Yeah, I think I can share this. Yep, let's play this really quickly.
Please leave the house, Nikki. Please leave the house.
Look at you.
Please leave the house. Please leave the house. This is violence. You've got the kids in your hands. Leave the house right now.
This is exactly what he wanted.
Leave the house right now.
This is exactly what
Leave the house.
All right, so that's the viral video that's been going viral. Okay. In a lengthy YouTube, okay, this is a video by, I guess, page 6. We're just gonna go ahead and get back to reading it so I can use my own, you know what I mean? Anyway, so let's get back to it. Let me see. I think let me see. D-Lo said that's her real name. Wow, interesting. Okay, oh, that's an interesting name. I'm not gonna say anything more than that. YouTuber Jamie Perkins is breaking the silence about the demise of a 6-year marriage to model Nikki Thought. In a lengthy YouTube video posted Tuesday, Perkins detailed the abuse, violence, and infidelity that allegedly took place while the Australian content creators were together. After their 2012 proposal video went viral, okay, so they've been together since 2012, were engaged since then, they decided to document their 2013 wedding. That's a long time ago, right? Wahala. 2013 wedding and deceiving. They decided to document their 2013 wedding and deceivingly perfect union for millions of viewers. What? Okay, so somebody, let's be clear. Somebody said deceivingly, right? That person is assuming that people just wake up 10 years ago and decide to deceive the whole world. This is why people are not learning anything, because they just assume that somebody is waking up and deciding to deceive somebody. They think it's intentional, right? People are intentional trying to hurt you, right? Even as a publico, they just want to hurt you, right? These are some of the problems. See, when you already determine, I know this is a writer on page 6, but a lot of people think this way, right? When you already determine that somebody is trying to deceive you, it's likely that you're probably going to come up with a wrong solution for the wrong problem, right? Because you're not even willing to chill and relax, and maybe they're coming from a different place. Let me be clear about intentions for a second, because I'm always talking about intentions end up in pota here, right? Yeah, I say that all the time, that your intentions, right? The point in that is to not overrate your intentions, your own intentions, okay? Let me be clear about that. Don't put the fact that you have good intentions on the pedestal, right? Oftentimes, people think because they have good intention, they deserve good results. It's obviously too far from the truth. It's just not reality, right? That's what I'm talking about. In terms of if you're trying to give other people grace, if you're trying to assess other people, if you're trying to apply some emotional intelligence in terms of how you interact with other human beings, particularly the closest people to you that you have a relationship with, in terms of that, I think it's wise to like, what are their intentions? Like, yeah, of course, like they probably don't mean any harm. That's one of the best ways to seek common ground, right? But if you just assume that they have, because if you either way, you're assuming one thing or the other. You're assuming it's worst case scenario or the best case scenario, right? If you assume the worst case scenario, which is the natural, right, which is they mean to hurt you, it only makes sense for you to come up with a terrible solution, because oftentimes the people that are closest to you, oftentimes, not all the time, they don't mean to harm you. They're just going through life, right, just like you are, and sometimes they need to survive in micro ways, like emotionally, right? They just need to get through the day. And sometimes while they're doing that, they offend you, right? So if you don't pay attention to other people's attention, because I said, then you miss the point, okay? Your own good intentions, don't put it on the pedestal is basically what I'm saying. Just because you have good intentions does not mean you create good results, because the other person may not have enough in them to give you that level of grace, right? Does that mean you should not throw out the baby with the bathwater? That doesn't make sense too, right? Exactly. So I just wanted to say that really quickly, because I see somebody already say deceivingly perfect union for millions of viewers. So they just sat down there one day and said, let us deceive millions of viewers. It wasn't like, oh, we fell in love. It wasn't like, they said, let us deceive. In the middle of deceiving all of millions of viewers, let's have 2 babies in the process too. Does that make sense? Why do people do that? I guess it makes sense to them. Let's continue. Perkins, 40 years old, said he left Thought in 2019 and that their divorce was finalized in March, I guess this year. So 10 years, but they haven't been together since 2019. I've been quietly, and I quote from Perkins, I've been quietly struggling for a real long time, and I've just been in fear. Wow. Living in fear. I believe him on that. Living in survival mode. Pretty much on autopilot for a really long time, just trying to maintain my place as a father in Ava and Zoe's lives. I guess they have 2 daughters. The dad of 2 said, claiming that he's been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, situational depression, and severe social anxiety since the split. All right. Let's get to it. Hit the like button. Thank you for getting the likes up to 10. Let's get it up to 15. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right. So, let me see here. All right. That's them right there. Yeah, that picture right there does not look like 2 people with guns to their head. To me, it doesn't look like it. So, but again, the whole point of this session, this kind of session, is to really look at things and say, hey, let's just keep going. All right. Because I've seen some things already, which is why I decided to let's go with this topic today. Though Perkins admitted that Thought 33 had a difficult upbringing. Okay, he said she's from Africa somewhere. I don't know exactly yet. Okay, I'm just getting through this. She had a difficult upbringing. He said he did everything he could, physically, emotionally, and financially, to keep them afloat as a couple. All right, so this difficult upbringing thing, people bring it up a lot, right? It is a factor. All right, it is a factor when it comes to long-term relationships, particularly with how people handle conflicts, right? When there's friction, right? It is, right? But if we start to notice that 70-80% of people have the same problem, at that point in time, it's not really an excuse. It's not an excuse. You will marry a person that you have no idea what their background was. That's just the reality, okay? No, I didn't say they have bad upbringing. I said you have no idea, right? No matter what it looks like on the surface, you have no idea where they're coming from. But you don't really have a choice, right? So what do we do with that? Well, don't marry, or maybe learn how to navigate, right? The worst of, So anyway, let's get into it. Had a difficult upbringing. There's nothing news about that, okay? It is a factor, however. I want to note that. He said he did everything he could, physically, emotionally, and financially, to keep them afloat as a couple. Perkins called Thought controlling. There you go. Ladies, Sudan. Oh, she's from Sudan. Thank you for that, D-Love. So, controlling. Okay. Right, so we have men saying somebody is controlling. Isn't that interesting? Exactly. Perkins called Thought controlling, claiming she wanted to isolate him from his loved ones and has been trying to destroy his career. Okay, all right. Now, if you end up in arguments with your partner, right, and you now find yourself in a very toxic emotional turmoil, in the middle of emotional intoxication, right? If you find yourself in that, yes, you might not want to work, all right? You have a hard time working. You can't think straight. I'm speaking for us men now. We can't think straight. If I argue with my girl just a little bit, and the argument is a bit past disagreement to argument level, I can't think straight. Okay, I gotta sort it out. That's the way I am. Okay. So if you multiply that by 10,000, let's say we're in a very funky place, like God forbid, like this guy and his girl. Can I potentially translate that to she tried to destroy my career? Now, destroy your career, is it okay? Let's say she's going out there and she's telling her own stories, right? She's telling everybody what she said I did to her, right? And I keep hearing these messages keep coming back to me. And I say, why are you spoiling my name? Do you want to destroy my career? Yeah, right. So I'm guessing something like that, right? All right. But I'm just going to say it right now, okay? Yes, Mufebe wanted to isolate him and wanted to destroy the career. Yeah.
Stop the cap.
Yeah. Nah, hit that like button, I beg. Hit the like button. But maybe I should finish reading. But I can already smell the cap, okay? I think I'm taking everything he's saying as he's hurting. There's no question in my mind, based off of the little bit I've seen, that he's hurting. But the idea that he's the only one hurting, right? Yeah, that part right there, that's where the cap is.
Stop the cap.
Yeah. And now it can feel that way, okay? One side always feel like they're hurting more than it's basically victim Olympics, okay? So, but that's the nature of romantic relationships. That's already in the quarter. All right, so let's continue. The reason is still talking. The reason Nikki and I broke up was I discovered she had been unfaithful. He claimed she had been going behind my back with her boyfriend, and I'd been warned about him being an issue before. I had been warned him being an issue before. All right, so one of the last night, I don't know how many of you watched the show. What's the name of the show? Let me see. I wrote it down somewhere because I was gonna cover it today, but maybe tomorrow. Love is Blind on Netflix. How many of you watched that show on Netflix? Love is Blind. Right? You have, in the spirit of, let's be honesty is the best policy, let's just talk about everything. You have people literally pulling their past into their present relationship. Listen to what I just said carefully, okay? There's many ways that can happen, okay? You're pulling your past into your present relationship, okay? So, for example, in this case, let's say it is true. Nikki had been chatting with the ex, right? You're pulling your past in your present relationship. Okay, good. Somebody told you about her ex that she was with before you, and they warned you about it. Do you think that person really, they warned you about that person? Do you think that person like you? I'm just wondering, right? You think that person, is this one of those situations where we talk about everything? Talk about all your exes with your new situation? How's that working out? I'm wondering, how is that working out for you, right? Right? We're going to talk about that Love is Blind stuff. Let's stick to this story first. Let's stick to this one right here. I stole it from another lame dude on the internet. He usually says victim Olympics, but it does exist. That's basically what happens in romantic relationships, provided we're not talking about physical abuse or anything like that, because in that case that's problematic. But when it comes to everything emotional, verbal, and everything before that, like just conflict, right? Everybody's the victim now. What, are you a bigger victim than me? Okay, we'll see. Right? We shall see. Right? We just basically just it doesn't end well. Let's just say like that, okay? Everybody go just explain tired.
You go explain because no evidence.
All right, so he says the first year of our marriage, I discovered that she had been secretly keeping in contact with him. All right. Now, let me be clear. If you're keeping contact with your ex, it is dangerous. Yes. Because that thing when they say once day bear, always day bear, the Okafor law is true to a large extent. Not all the way. It's not an absolute, all right? But it creeps up on some people, okay? Just so you know. So that we don't act all macho here. Remember, even if you're holy, there's a good chance that your partner is not as holy, right? So even if you're a holy person, just keep that at the back of your mind, okay? And but he found out on the first year on their marriage, but you know, it looks like it hunted them down 10 years later or 7 years later, right? Perkins claimed he discovered a plethora of Facebook messages in which thoughts, the way I say thoughts, in which thoughts X professed his love for her and urged her to leave her husband. There's a lot of lame dudes out there like that. They're weak. They don't know what they're doing. They're not sure of themselves. Yes, they will come after your girl if they had history with your girl, and they will do it from a very innocent place too. Yeah, I'm just letting you know. Ola, what do you mean by innocent place? Oh deep. Oh deep. People sometimes will fall on Bola by mistake, and people will fall into Kwekus by mistake. What do you mean by mistake, Baba? It's not me that said it. That's what they said. Right? What we know is that some people find themselves in situations that they didn't exactly, you know how they say it's preconceived, right? Preconceived at some point it starts to become preconceived, right? But it was like, there's nothing wrong with it. We're just friends. Why can't you just be friends with your, right? They just say things like that, right? And then by the time they start to feel like, wait, hold on, there's a little bit of feelings here, right? It's not really feelings. It's just remnants. It's just basically nonsense from the past, right? But if you're in a very weak place, if you find yourself in a very low place, or more, you go bite to. Yeah, so I'm just talking about human beings. I'm not talking about people that are not human beings. So, okay. So, Perkins claimed he discovered a plethora of Facebook messages in which Thought's ex professed his love for her and urged her to leave her husband. Yes. So a lot of lame dudes will do that. They might even do it indirectly. Like, you know, things like, oh, I just thought we were going to be together forever, man. But, you know, that guy, that fucking bastard, man, right? They will say things like that, right? That's basically a way of saying, dump him. Come with me. Because why are you entertaining that person in the first place? It's something that's not up to par in your relationship. That's a void, right? You don't mean to go do something crazy. It's just a moment, right? Before you know it, if you have a normal human mind, you start to fantasize, right? And you might not know the difference at some point between fantasy and, whoa, we're inside it already. And then somebody will like, wait, you did that. That was wrong. Yeah, we know. Police. We know it's wrong. Okay. We're going a little deeper in the conversation now. Okay. Perkins said that although it nearly broke them, he and Thought were able to move past it. He thought he'd never have to worry about this guy again. However, he claimed he eventually discovered some things that were undeniable. So he made the choice to leave, which allegedly made Thought furious. That made him furious. All right. I think they had a beautiful family, right? Somebody said, I don't think she ever loved him. How did you know that? Why are you saying that? What did you see that made you say that? Is it because she never loved him? Right? What do you see? Is it because the baby is smiling too much? Or what is it that you see that you know that they never loved? Anyway, you know, there's too many weirdos on the internet, but it's okay. Okay. Chi Alpha, welcome. It's not feelings, it's familiarity contacting on X. Yeah. I would agree with that too. Welcome, Chi. Listen. I I'm just stuck on the person that says she never loved him. I'm trying to see what they're saying here, right? Is this another way of oversimplifying it so that you can feel better than everybody else, that it will never be you? Oh, I get it. I don't think it will ever be you, but let's continue the story. He then accused her of telling lies about him to everyone they know. What do I tell you? When people end up in the poto, okay, when their relationship end up in a funk, both of them will say the other person is lying. In fact, not just that, if they have enough monitoring spirit, people will take sides. Okay, people will take sides. What side do you think they will take? No, let's ask ourselves questions for a second here. What side do you think they will take? Right? They will take the side of their own bias. Okay, they will project, they will relate with one little minuscule side of the story. You know, they don't really know what's going on in the relationship. No one knows. No one knows what happened in that relationship. But we know enough that we can say, you can watch out for this, you can watch out for this, you can watch out for this. Because if you do enough of this, your relationship too will end up in the poto. All right, we don't really know everything that happened there. That's a fact. So he says, I want to be able to give the girls the best lives that I can, but it's just constant restrictions. I'm constantly having to give up more and more and more. Nikki just wanted my life to be as hard as possible, he claimed. If making your life being as hard as possible makes her feel better, even in short term, that is precisely, not just Nikki, what most people do. Okay, they will just be like, well, deal with it, right? Well, it's not my fault that you know, because there was that video where I saw a video where she said, you would never see my daughter again, something like that. You would never see these children again. She said that to the public. The video is floating around. All right, is that right or wrong? If you think that's wrong, right?
You're right.
Now, if you think that, well, if you're saying well, what did he do too? Like that, if you're already doing that too, you're right too.
You're right.
All right. Tia said they were in love with one another, right? Okay. At the very minimum, we have to be able to say we don't know. All right. But they looked like they're in love, right? But people to outrightly come out with their full chest just because they read one headline on the internet and said she was never in love. There's nothing that says lame more than that. Nothing, right? A passionate person is a passionate person all around. Yeah, that's something we have to watch out for, right? Let's keep going. He went on to say he and the girls were recently gifted an all-expense paid trip to Disneyland. And that thought, and that thought was upset he didn't ask her to join them. She was upset. Interesting. She wanted to come on the trip. All right. Obviously, I wasn't going to bring the person who abuses me on a trip like that, he told his viewers. Later, having that thought always gave him a hard time about getting old and turning 40. Bruh, dude, are you serious? Is this serious? Right? About getting old and turning 40. All right. Is that like some kind of isn't that a compliment? It's not? That's not a compliment? Is that an abuse? To tell someone they're getting old and turning 40? Is that a hard time? I'm confused. A grown man? All right, so this is giving, what's the name of that other guy? Cora OBD and Justin. It's giving a little bit of that. Not all the way. Not all the way. I think those ones are really cruise, much more cruise than this one. I think this one was when in love. Ola and this Nikki's last name. You will soon end up in McDonald's. It's not me, it's page 6. You know how they use the last name, right? They use his name, Perkins, and then they use thoughts. Okay, but I'm sorry. Let me keep using Nikki. Let me keep using Nikki before I end up in McDonald's today. Gonna be funny. It won't be funny because I will just shut the whole stream down. I'll go and sleep somewhere. Because me, I don't have time for shalayo. I'm just letting you know right now. All right. Okay. So he thinks somebody calling him 40 and getting old is a hard time. I'm not understanding. Bringing that up is enough for me to judge him. Okay, but I try not to judge. But it's just kind of weird that a grown man will be, if you're actually 40, right? If you're not 40, right? Let's say you're 20 and somebody's calling you 40. I understand, like, you're calling me old, but even at that, I will laugh. Okay? If you're 60 and somebody calling you 40, they're saying you look younger, right? So that's a compliment. If you're 40 and you're 40, you're exactly that. What is the issue? I'll tell you what the issues are. Insecurity. Okay. Now the question is that in what other areas of their relationship is this insecurity showing up? So now if you were a woman and somebody call you 40 and you say somebody's giving you a hard time about turning 40 and stuff like that, because of our social construct, I'm not giving women a pass, just our social construct. I'm like, I understand that. But as a grown man, to me, personally, that's weird. But let's continue. This is the sort of stuff I deal with because they call him 40 and he's actually 40. Okay. He said, I've dealt with violence as well. Okay. She had come to the house and being violent, punched me multiple times, kicked me, just being horrible. This was in front of the kids, in front of my mom. Things like this, I played that video for you earlier. The mom was next to them earlier when I played that video. In front of my mom. Things like this have happened throughout our marriage as well. Nikki was like two different people, and that's what I always struggled with, he claimed. Welcome to the real world. Ladies and gentlemen, there will be many, many, many times, especially those moments of conflict, where you feel like you're dealing with two people. All right? This person, somehow they made it to, how many years later? They made it to 6 years? Okay, 6 years, right? And you don't know that there will be two sides to your partner. Wow. All right. It shouldn't be. You're right. But that's a fantasy. It is. You're not going to, if they're angry, if they're upset. No, it's not the same person as the person when everything is beautiful. And guess what? That negative moment has more power in terms of overwhelmingly taking over your life or your experience. If you let it, if you're unaware, if you don't have any self-awareness whatsoever, it will overwhelm, it will take over, and the only thing you will remember is those negative moments. Even though if you count it in time, you probably had some good times, right? But you know what? You go onto the internet, you go and tell them about the bad times, right? And then what did they say? The lames of the internet, they say, hey, she never loved him. Right? So if you read this and you can relate with Justin, no, not Justin, Jamie, right? If you can relate with Jamie somehow, maybe Jamie is somebody who is your brother, or you are actually a brother who is like Jamie. You've collected woto shege from your girl before. You're like, yeah, I knew it. She never loved me. No, Baba, you're projecting, okay? But let's continue. Hold on. Let me come to the chat before. I want to keep. What's going on, Damsel? Good to see you, Lady Navarre. Welcome. Good to see you. At turning 40, it's a right, but Patrick, like at the most credit I can give to that is she's joking around, she's pulling your legs, she's giving you a hard time, like you can laugh. It's okay. Right? We're not going to reverse the fact that you're now 40, okay? That is your reality, and if you have a hard time embracing that, how is she going to embrace that? In what other ways is she dealing with this insecurity of a thing? Anyway, let's leave it alone. Anyway, so he says she had come to the house, blah, 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 all that stuff, right? 2 different people, and that's what I always struggle with, he claimed. There was a version of her that I felt I didn't know. And I never knew when that version was going to come out. Surprise! Nikki probably has like, what do you call them? Alter ego, right? You know how Beyonce has like Sasha. Is it Sasha? Yeah. Sasha will just come out like, whoa. And then Jamie's like, oh! Right? That's what it sounds like too. That's what he's saying. There's nothing special about what he's saying. It's just his relationship end up in the bottle, and both of them did not know what they were doing. Okay? Like majority of these people out here in a marriage. Okay? All right. So, and yes, and I did say majority. Like a lot of people don't know what they're doing. Okay? All they need is one little crack in the wall and the devil will come right through it. Right? Just one small argument. Right? Anyway, let me see here. I made a mess here. He says there was a version of her that I felt I didn't know. And I never knew when that version was going to come out. What did I say in the beginning? You don't know how this person grew up. Okay? It's not just you, it's the rest of us. You have no idea how they were raised. Okay? Even if they were 16 when you got together, you have no idea what the first 16 years of her life, his life was. But that's not just you. That's to get to across the board. There's nothing special about you. You're telling us a story, and there's nothing profound. There's only profound to people that have collected shege from their partner, like you. And then it sounds like all special to them, right? But there's nothing special about what he's saying so far. There was a version of her that I felt I didn't know, and I never knew when that version would come out. And when that version came out, and I'll stick around for like a week or so, building resentment. Like, who is this person? And that version had a very violent temper. There was anger problems. Okay, let me see here. He posted this right here. I mean, let's be honest, okay? Let's stop the cap for a second here, okay?
Stop the cap.
Let's look at this Nikki's face right now. Would you want to tell this person? Would you want to encounter this person or be on the bad side of this person right now? He knows what he's talking about. Let's be honest, okay? And you know what I'm talking about. You know that face you've seen from your partner before, and you're like, who is this person? Right? I don't even recognize you right now. How dare you, right? Right? You know you've seen that person before, right? He knows what he's talking about. This caption says, the day Nikki came to the house and attacked me in front of my mom. Mom. And refused to leave for 3 hours. Nikki had just been on top of me, punching me because I had told her that I wouldn't speak to her until we could have a calm conversation. Bad move. All right? Listen to me. I know you probably didn't see this coming. Bad move. But I'll probably say, Allah, I'm not biased, but someone are troublesome. I have seen many cases. No, I don't know if you misinterpret what I said at some point. This happened. I believe him. And I said that early on, right? This happened. But let's dissect it, right? Let's dissect it. This happens. This happened. Not only did it happen, it happens. Okay? And I'm going somewhere here. Bear with me, right? Nikki had just been on top of me, punching me because... So he said, I'm not going to talk until we have a calm conversation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you like this. You're trying to talk to me. We're in a romantic relationship, right? We have something to talk about. And I said, I'm not talking until you talk in a calm way. Don't stop the cap, okay? Stop the cap now.
Stop the cap.
What does that usually look like? You're like, okay, what's up? Let me calm down so I can talk, so you can finally talk to me. We're talking about a romantic partner, not your boss at work. We're not talking about your colleague at work. We're talking about romantic partners, right? Is that how this works, right? Okay. I know it's possible. Is it probable? Listen to me. It's possible. Is it probable? Do you just sit down there and just like, Jamie's like, you know what? If you don't calm down, so let me just calm down because it's logical. It's just a logical thing to do because they asked me to calm down. Let me calm down. Is this how it works? Tell me, I beg. But Papa says, I meant some women. I've seen many cases. Some women are troublesome. What? Some women are troublesome. There are many women that are troublesome, Brother Patrick. Many men and women are troublesome. You can correct. D-Law say, I will calm down because I don't like the confrontation stuff in an intimate relationship, right? So you would just be like, you're right. Let me calm down. Is that how this works typically, right? That's why I keep adding the word typically. That's not how it works typically. Okay. Let's get the likes up. Thank you so much. We're missing about 10 likes. Let's get the likes up, Lady Navarra. Thank you. Is that how that works? No, that's not how it works typically. If you're that person and you can calm down, right? Usually, let me say usually. Usually, if you could calm down, you'll be calm already. Okay? But the fact that you are not already calm, there's a good chance that when they tell you to calm down, you will say, don't tell me to calm down. Okay? It's not just men or women, right? But especially women, though. Let's be frank. Right? Like, don't tell me to calm down. You don't tell a lady to calm down. Some people will even throw banter into that, right? They take an offense to telling them to calm down. You never seen people that take an offense to asking them to calm down? But why? But that's not logical. Well, welcome to the real world. Human beings are not logical like that. I'm sorry. Okay? They're not. So if you knew any better, if somebody is upset and they're wilding and they're going crazy and they're talking to you, if they're punching you, you call the police. Let me be clear about this one. I don't care if it's a woman or a man. You call the police, okay? Because if they punch the wrong thing and the glass flies out through the window and hit the baby, it's too risky, okay? If somebody's punching something because they're angry, if they punch a wall, you call the police. Listen to me carefully. If they punched a wall, you call the police, okay? If they're that angry, okay? But they're trying to talk to you and they're all over the place. You don't tell them to calm down, okay? You can, but manage your expectations around that because that's probably offensive, right? Because they're already upset. They're coming from a place, right? They're already upset. They're coming from a particular place. They're trying to say something. The best thing you can say there's nothing to say in that moment because they're not hearing you. The best thing you can do in that moment is to calm down. You calm down. You calm down. Okay? You stay calm. Make sure you're safe. And then listen to what they're trying to tell you. And be patient with yourself. Because in this moment, you're probably not patient with yourself. You think you have an answer for whatever they're dealing with. And you don't. That's the honest truth. Because if you did, right, you wouldn't be in this funky place, right? But the answer is not calm down. That's the point. Okay? But anyway, he insisted like, I wouldn't calm down. Now, does Nikki has the right to be punching because somebody asked you to calm down? No, of course not. Like I said, if somebody punches just the wall, hit something on the table, you call the police. You call the police. Very simple. Okay? Well, we can't call the police and then expect, well, whatever. Okay? It's too risky. It's too risky. Okay? Anyway, he says, I insisted I wouldn't speak to her until we could have a calm conversation. Our counselor had told me, they always quote the counselor, okay? Our counselor is on. Our counselor had told me we needed to take a 2-week break from talking until things calm down. Well, she's breaking them rules. The counselor forgot to tell you, what if you find out yourself in a situation where she's not obeying that rules? What would you do? Well, the counselor, it's not the counselor's fault. They couldn't see that coming, right? But you holding on to every rule that your counselor told you as a religion, bad move. Okay, bad move. I'm sure your counselor told you some other things some other tools, hopefully, right, that you can use if things don't go the direction we thought it would go. Like, for example, let's not talk for 2 weeks. Well, it's been 3 days. She feels like she needs to talk. Did your counselor prepare you that it's possible that a human being will break such thing? No, they probably didn't. Well, they couldn't see it, right? Well, there you go. Those are the limitations, right? If you don't have the skills, right? It's good to have a counselor, but it did not work out, right? Anyway, for 2 weeks space from talking to her about anything other than the kids, and show up at the house demanding I talk to her, which I refused. My mom had taken a child to the kitchen to get her a snack to try and distract her. Nikki can be seen literally snatching her out of my mom's arms. Nikki was also accusing me of being the reason she was acting violent. Nikki was also accusing me of being the reason she was acting violent. Well, they typically do that. This is like asking, when they ask women in a romantic relationship for accountability. You should hold her accountable. Baba, that's not going to work. It's too late. It's not going to work. It's too late. Okay? All right? You should be calling the police if somebody is punching you. I know you've never heard that before, but it's too risky. Again, I'm stressing that right now. Let's continue. She was acting violent, and that I somehow wanted this, and that I also wanted a reason to leave her. Well, let me play that video for you again so you guys can see what we're talking about. Because I think some of you came in late, but I appreciate you for being here. Let me play that video real quick, and then we'll take it from there.
The house, Nikki. Please leave the house.
Look at you.
Please leave the house. Please
Oh.
leave the house. This is violence. You've got the kids in your hands. Leave the house right now.
This is exactly what he wanted.
Leave the house right now.
This is exactly.
Wait. How do you smack a person and they say this is what they wanted, right? Call the police. If you feel the need to grab camera, I'm not saying don't grab camera. Call the police too. Okay? There's a good chance that you're stuck in that. You're addicted to that toxic thing that's going on, right? You are obsessed with being right. That's why you're grabbing a camera. So you can grab a camera if you want, but also call 911, okay? Because that camera, you see how it just smacked off his hand? That could smack that baby in the hand. Because you have a camera in somebody's face. It's like the same thing as telling them to calm down when they're not calm, right? You're trying to act like you're logical. You're not logical either. You're caught up in your emotions at that point in time too. Let's continue. It's not a logical decision to grab the cameras. It's not. It's obsession with righteousness. Nothing else.
Leave the house.
Anyway. I wanted to show that real quickly, but that's what he said. Nikki is pretty, but Nikki is violent. Let's be clear about that. We're talking about everything, not right and wrong. All right, good. Let's see here. Let me see. What I miss so far. Thank you, Lady Navor. Appreciate you. Hit the like button. What did you say exactly to? Interesting how Nikki never denied the cheating and DV allegations during their chats and arguments. Oh, we didn't get there yet. She even apologized at one point for hitting him. Oh, she did. Since the last 5 days, right? I know the news broke out 5 days ago, right? I didn't get there yet. I'm not feeling Jamie on his spiel. No, the thing is that there's hidden, as usual, there's hidden truth inside of what Jamie is saying. I believe him. I believe that he's talking about his experience, right? And obviously, we just saw a video of her being violent with the camera, right? But that's not far-fetched unless we want to cap, okay? If somebody
Stop the cap.
If somebody has a camera in your face and you don't want that, and you feel like they're about to paint you in a bad light, yeah, you might get a camera smacked in your face and your child's face. That's sad, but again, emotions, right? That's why I said don't put yourself in that position if you can. Most people are going to find themselves in that position because we're human beings and we have, when we find ourselves in that funk, the idea of your logical is just stupid. It doesn't add up. You're not logical, right? It looks like he smacked the phone out of his hand. She smacked the phone out of his hand because he was recording her. Yeah. Yeah, that's still considered violence because that can hit the baby in the face. That's why you don't entertain anything that looks like that at all, anything close to it. If you notice that your voice is already escalating, you walk. Take a walk. Be the first to take it. Don't wait for the other person to be the first to take a walk. You take a walk. You that you're looking for somebody to get behind you today, take a walk. And then we could talk about how we can get on your side later on. I know you want me to be on your side. No, I don't know you like that, okay? You take a walk. Okay? I feel like she was saying this is what he wanted because he was capturing a moment that one of her low. Yeah, because that's matching with what he's saying. He doesn't realize that. That's matching. You made me do it. Well, you have a camera in her face. Can we interpret that as you made me do it? Yes. Okay. He's just sad all around. They had a really cute family. Yeah. I believe Jamie in what he said about violence. However, there's more to the story. We're looking at symptoms. What we're looking at and everything he's saying, his experience are symptoms. Those are not the underlying issue. You do not learn anything from the symptoms. The only thing you get from the symptoms is fear. That's all you get from it. It's like somebody in a trauma, in an emergency room, and you go there and you go and watch. You're going to get fear. You're not going to learn anything about how they ended up there in the first place. If they were in an accident, you don't learn how to become a driver inside of emergency room where they are treating a person that had an accident. That's what people are doing in this social media age. That's how they learn relationships. They learn from people that have traumatic experiences. Could make sense, right? Exactly, right? Well, it's not their fault. There's no school where people can, right? Thank God we're creating a platform. We're writing books. But there was nothing up to now that's at least not enforced. And it's hard to enforce anything that's family-based, right? Because is it your business? Is it your own? They will ask us. They will say, well, you married people don't know what you're talking about, right? They will tell us now. 1, why is he coming out now? 2, why did he not capture what riled her up? No, of course not. He did not capture his own part. Of course not, because camera faces only one way. For the rest of you, blind spot. Don't worry about it. If you don't get it, forget about it, right? There was no place in the video where he said, I also played such and such roles. Anytime somebody is narrating something, they're painting their own experience, believe them, it's their experience. But if there's no sense of accountability whatsoever, sense, not words. Some people say they are accountable with their words and they're not accountable. If you don't sense accountability at all, just assume that there's more to it. Well, always assume there's more to it. Anyway, right? How much more? I agree. I would take a walk first. During my walk is when I will strategize how to leave you. Right? That may just be what you need to do. Right? And if you can't leave, then I have to look at you. Why are you there? What do you want? Right? Well, it's not that easy to leave. Oh, no, why is it not that easy? Let's talk about that. Why is it? What value are you getting out of this? Even if it's toxic. Let's talk about the value you're getting from this situation. What is the value you're getting from this? Like, even if it's toxic. No, it's not your fault. It's your upbringing. I get it. I have no idea what you've been through. I get it. But let's talk about it. What value are you getting from staying in a funky relationship with an evil person? Because you're painting the picture of an evil person. What is the value you're getting from that? If you leave this person and you don't identify that, right, you probably will come back. Okay. Now, let's say you don't come back. God bless. And God bless the person you're going to go be with if you don't do proper work before you move into something else. Okay. Nikki stated that she never wanted to come online to talk about the breakdown of their relationship to protect their children. That is asking people to be patient with her to explain the blanks that Jamie conveniently skipped. Guess what? After she made that statement, his bot removed the 1 hour and 20-something minute video. Yeah, the video has been removed, which is why I'm reading from page 6, right? I didn't get to see that, but we saw obviously the part that got people talking, right? I says that he's not happy that he can no longer vlog the children except for once a week. I feel like he is bitter about that. Is this another Dotun situation right now? Are you kidding me right now? I wanted to leave Dotun alone. Are you kidding me right now? It's about the babies vlogging again. Oh Lord, these people, man. It's not just them. Let's stop the cap. A lot of people are moving mad like this in this relationship streets, and that's why I'm doing this. It's not just for them. It's for all of us, okay? Stop talking about just the symptoms. You cannot learn from the symptoms. You can't. There are other things that happen behind the scenes. Before. Ola, but let's talk about the cheating. No! Most people don't even leave because of cheating. They might record it because it's a symptom at the courthouse. They don't leave because of that. There are other things. Okay? Listen to what I just said clearly again. Most people don't even leave because of cheating. Does that make cheating right? I said cheating. Does cheating look like right to you? I need to spell that out. Right? That means you betrayed a person. That means you're doing something behind them you wouldn't want to do in front of them. Of course, that's bad. Right? But is that why why do people stay in cheating? What value are they getting from a cheater that they will stay with a cheater? Right? What if they have those values and they have a person that doesn't cheat too? Would it be a lot more better? What about this person is not a cheater, but they gave you all the other wotos that nobody ever talk about, that you can't really record at the courthouse? Would you prefer that? Everybody want to talk about cheating. Cheaters are cheaters. You're right, they're bad people. I'm asking you, why did you stay with a cheater? If it's that bad. Right? He continues, and in self-defense, I wanted to hit her. So he's stupid enough to say that. You don't say that out loud. But there's some people that have been on the receiving end of that. They will never believe you didn't hit her. Okay? All right. But we know what we know. Anyway. And in self-defense, I wanted to hit her. I felt my fist clench. I've never felt my clench ever. Not towards my woman. Okay? But I have never. It's different from it will never be me. When it gets to that stage where you're feeling your fist clench and the first thing you want to do is pick up a camera, you're mad. I can't sugarcoat that. You don't have any value for life if you do that. If you've seen enough stories of DVs out here and you would wait and then you would feel your clenching and then you are picking up a camera, or you ever be around that woman ever again in your life, that will make you want to do that. And I just left the house. Good for you. But you talks too much. No game. Nothing. And then I just left the house. You're lucky it's not too late. Right? That face that's clenching like that, if they smack you at the back of your head, one slap like that, would you land it on her? He claimed having that thought, Nikki. Hiding that Nikki made him feel small, powerless, humiliated, and like he wasn't a real man. Right? Now this one will run to the internet and say, yeah, Will Smith is not a man. Will Smith is not a real man. Right? Because he's projecting. And he's the one that's feeling powerless, feeling humiliated in his own situation. Because he didn't feel safe. Perkins said he installed security cameras in their home and sought an order of protection against thought, which he said was extremely difficult because it felt like he was betraying her. I understand that. That's crazy. But this is how funky it gets. Okay, this is why you don't wait until it gets this bad, right? Don't wait until it gets this bad. You can be in love 5 years ago and you find yourself in this situation later on. Well, that's complex. Yes, welcome to the real world. Yes, it's complex. It's not as simple as she never loved him. That is stupid. Let's not say that anymore. People can be in love like this 3 years down the line, they find themselves in this very, very funky place, and they will hurt each other. That's just the way it works. Okay? But when you try to oversimplify it, say, oh, it must have been she never loved it. In the same breath, you come back later and tell me love is not enough. Are you all confused? If love wasn't, so you're saying love would be enough if she had loved? Is that what you're saying? Are you confused? Not you, the Prestige family, of course, right? Of course. You guys don't do that. Of course not, right? However, he claimed Nikki had uncontrollable anger that she just couldn't help. I've been in survival mode for years. My self-esteem has just crumbled. I just completely crumbled. Yeah, it probably will. This will tamper with your self-esteem. Absolutely, right? So like I said, it doesn't matter if he's lying right now or if he's telling the truth. It doesn't really matter, okay? These are his words, right? And I believe him, and especially when he says my self-esteem has completely crumbled. I've lost sense of who I am outside of being a father, he lamented. Yeah, I feel for him. According to him, all thanks to Nikki. That's what he's saying. He's saying all thanks to Nikki. No, me, I'm just innocent. Me, I just came here as an innocent little boy from my mama, right? Fell into the lap of an African girl, precisely from Sudan. And I don't collected woto. Right? Ola said it is not about fault, so it is not my fault.
Sorry, yo.
It's not funny, by the way. But let's relax. Let me calm down, okay? Let me calm down here. Perkins went on to share a video he took in his home, which shows Nikki carrying one of their daughters. In the clip, Perkins, Jamie, I'm trying to switch in my head now the names. Jamie repeatedly asked Nikki to leave the house, but she refuses and then appears to smack him in the face in front of his mother. No, it appeared that she smacked the camera. To me, it appeared that she smacked that camera. You could see the camera do like this. You saw it. But you know what? No, you didn't see it. I'm sorry. You only saw it with your own lens. Right? She was just violent. Like, yeah. We all see things with our own lens, okay? I understand. Yeah. But I think... I think you get it.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.
Perkins repeatedly asked Nikki to leave the house. You guys will never see my kids again, ever. That's what Nikki said. Now, let me make it clear for those in the back. It is wrong for a woman to not just say that, what she said, but to actually try to carry that out. It is wrong, oh. Yeah. But after una no don't know say it wrong, una still they do am. That's that part, right? When you know that something is wrong, but you still do it anyway, right? That part is what we come here to talk about, right? Right? You know that it's wrong, but I'm still gonna do it, right? Okay, no, that. No, he didn't know that. You know what? Does he know? Does it like? Why would you ever say that? And a bunch of people are recording videos right now saying, well, it is always wrong for a woman to do that. That is not the issue. You're stuck just like them. That has not become an issue yet. She's threatening him as she's walking out, right? But let me stop the cap a little bit. She's threatening him with stuff that she knows that people do out there that men actually don't like and men have suffered from. And that's terrible. Okay, but I also need to tell you this. Okay, I need to tell you that we all do everything that's wrong when it feels right. When we're upset and we're angry, it doesn't justify it. I want you to be aware of that so that you check yourself next time you're caught up in your emotion to say, let me make sure I do what is right, even though I am caught up in my emotions right now. Let me not justify my behavior because I'm caught up in my emotion right now. You can only say that to self. You cannot use that to manipulate another person. You need to manage your own expectations around other people's behavior. Okay? That's how you win in life. Okay, in marriage, in relationships, in every other area of life, right? Focus on the things you can control and leave everything else you can't control to God. Does that sound religious? No, actually, you don't have a choice. You can try to exercise a choice you don't have. You don't really have a choice. Okay? But anyway, she threatened. Nikki threatens repeatedly while still carrying the little girl. This is what I've been putting up with for years. Violence. Jamie says in the background before saying to his mother, "I'm sorry, Mom. Are you okay?" She replies through tears, "No, I'm not okay." See, another stupid question. Of course she's not okay. She just saw you act like a little boy in front of your girl. You think she's okay? She can't trust you. Yeah, your mother cannot trust you because she just saw that you don't have your household in control. And guess what she's going to do next? She's going to try to help you in the future. You know what that looks like? Mother monster-in-law. Yeah. These are the issues. These are the issues in real time. Let me come to the chat. These are the issues in real time. Let me see. Chinye is here with me, Gidigba. I love it. I'm patiently waiting to hear what Nikki has to say. If she's smart, she will not tell us anything. She just leave a very nice PR statement, say, our family is handling things and we just ask for some patience and some during our privacy. She said if she's wise. But if she's just as stupid, she will come and vomit too. It's okay though. Most human beings are like that. Come and speak their truth. I heard her on one of the phone calls telling him that he won't be shit. That will mess up someone's self-esteem. Yeah, especially if you don't have a sense of purpose. If you don't move with a sense of purpose, which is likely because obviously it was moving a certain type of way. Sorry for the noise. You guys hearing the noise in the background? There's somebody outside with a bike. All right. So it's likely that it's not just because he has a job or he has something he does well doesn't mean he's on his purpose, right? Or he's engaged with his purpose. Anyway, Jamie knows how to ask for sympathy, but he's opening his nyash. As always, they're telling themselves. As always. It's definitely the camera. I just joined. Marriott, hey. How you doing, Marriott? Has that dude figured out how to make money without sticking a camera in his kid's face? Wahala! Oh, God. He would have shouted in the video that he smacked his face. Exactly. What would have shaken would not be the camera. The camera was the one shaking when something was smacked, right? Unless his face was the camera. But anyway, let's just leave that alone. So, we're just looking at what he's saying, okay? She was wrong herself for saying that they would never see the kids and saying that in front of the... Yeah, of course she's wrong. She's wrong, you know. She's wrong. But when people say stuff, you need to look behind the scenes, right? How much weight exactly does that have? The only weight to that is that's how bad our society has become. Women think they can punish or weaponize their children or weaponize their children, right? That's the only thing that tells her. Does that tell us she's going to do that? No, it doesn't tell us she's going to do that. It doesn't tell us she's going to do that. But we should still pay attention to it. It's not nice. It's not cool to the kids, in particular, to weaponize the kids, you know? It's not cool at all. But let me see here. Is there more to this? So they said, this is what I've been putting up with for years. Okay. They said Nikki did not immediately respond to page 6 request for comment. All right. So that's usually what they say, to say, we reached out. We know they don't check the DMs, but you know, they say this kind of thing. So there's some comments here that I'm going to read. Somebody said, if she's this abusive with witnesses, then she probably should be limited to supervised visitation with those kids, if any visitation should happen at all. I do not know why people aren't pickier when partnering with someone. Those of them that are pickier, they found something. These people. I don't understand why people are not pickier when partnering with someone, especially when it involves little ones. If you are pickier with this one, the next one you're gonna pick and go. Yeah, the problem is everywhere. It's an epidemic. Okay, it's an epidemic. It's an epidemic. It's reality. You see, it's like sometimes I want to take a few days off. I can't because another story will come up. It's everywhere. And but these are celebrities. No, for every celebrity, that's 1,000 plus of normal people dealing with the same issues. The only thing is that they won't get this much coverage. All right. So yeah, on that celebrity stuff, let's stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
Stop the cap. I do not know why people are not pickier with partner. Well, it's not about being pickier. It's about knowing what you're doing. It's about working on yourself, making sure that you're not attracting what you attract if it's toxic. If you leave this person, you attract the same thing. It's you. It's not victim shaming. It's something about you, though. It's so, especially if you've noticed it happen 3 times in a row, it's something about you. Right? Something about you, where you hang out, your circle, what you do. It's something about you. It's not about picking the right person. Are you the right person? That is your point of leverage. Okay? That's your point of leverage. Right? Somebody else said, wait, her surname is legitimately thought. Right? That's somebody asking a very valid question. I asked that question earlier. Based on this story, that is unsurprisingly accurate, Weary. Too bad he didn't realize she was a narcissist sooner. Yeah, that's premature. That's premature accusations. You don't even know what you're talking about, calling people narcissists because somebody put a camera in their most vulnerable moment in their face. You have no idea what you're talking about. Yep, as usual, of course. So no surprise there. These are the people that end up in a marriage. They end up in the same poto, and they say, well, I wasn't picky. No. They won't say I wasn't picky. They will say I was with a narcissist. It's always some kind of finger pointing. It's usually some kind of finger pointing, nothing else. Right? Nothing about, well, I could have been better this way. Well, of course they're not perfect, but I'm focused on me. How did I end up here? It's something about me, right? It's not judging myself. I don't even know what I'm talking about yet. I'm just curious. What is it about me that keeps attracting this type of situation, right? But they're never curious. It's just, no, it's got to be the other side fault. Man or woman, you can see it everywhere, okay? The only thing more dangerous than a narcissist is an angry narcissist. And removing their supply. Hey, I want to bring the terminology supply. Remove their supply. Their supply is Jamie. Ladies, you caused this. There's now they call everybody narcissist around. But now they are doing it better than you because they're caught up too, right? Their supply is exactly how you make them angriest. Removing their supplies. Further proof. Wait, where is it? Where's the rest of it? Come on. Oh, God. I can't see the rest of it. Funny comment. Comedy at best. Okay? These are the people that end up in the poto in these relationship streets. These are them. Okay? Because they're weak. It's a weak move to point fingers all the time. It's like, that's the reality of it, right? Somebody said, am I shocked? No. Am I surprised? Nope. Is it typical behavior from a nasty subhuman? Jesus. Is it what I think that is? Because I don't really pay attention to this type of stuff. Is that what I think that is? Did somebody just call somebody subhuman? Is it because she's black? Oh, wow. And then say, wake up, America. Things are only getting worse by the minute. Might be time to fight to get our country back. But that's just my opinion. Watch the news or any cop show. Who is committing a majority? I'm just going to leave that alone. Weary. See? You see? In the same breath, somebody's calling narcissist. Now somebody says subhuman. It never stops. When you point finger, it's vicious. It's viral. It never stops. You never fix any problem doing that. Right? The only thing is you create more victims. That's all you do. You create more angry people. Until you start to look at yourself and say, you know what? There's 8 billion people here. It can't be that bad. We're not in a war zone. I know I haven't had the greatest of experience, but maybe I need to be a little bit more curious about how I move. Maybe I can learn. Maybe all my common sense nonsense is not working. Maybe there's something beyond the obvious, the tangibles, logic that I can pay attention to. Maybe I actually haven't been that logical after all, because I've been in the blindfolded by my own righteousness. Somebody else says, dude, Google or look in Urban Dictionary the word thought. That one is funny. I'm sorry. That name, wow, interesting name. Somebody else say, wait, our last name is Thought? All right. By the way, a lot of women are following the gang of people shaming, blaming, throwing women under the bus the first instance they see of relationship not working. It is not women's fault. Don't be that stupid. It's lack of competence, lack of game all around, across the board. It's everybody. It's everybody. And it's not a crime. It's just what we find ourselves. There's something we need to start learning. There's something going on. Open your eyes beyond common sense. Common sense is stupid. It's the stupidest thing at this point. Because everybody has it. Everybody claims to have it. Let me come to the... let's leave page 6 alone. These people. Let's narcissist oral. That's for the most part is irrelevant. Whenever people bring that up, it's not relevant. Okay, you might, of course, in terms of people diagnosing and saying this person is this, but it's not relevant. When you have, it's like saying, at some point there's certain diseases that just become irrelevant. You just have to look at it and say human beings carry this virus, right? At some point, right? You want to wait until it's 100 years from now, and then when they will tell you like, well, we're all narcissists, so that's not the issue. You want to wait until then before you realize that that's not the issue for the most part, right? And then you now come back and say, I tend to attract narcissists. Oh, who has the disease now? Well, why does it have to be a disease? Can it just be a little hiccup as you're going through life? Can you just be open? Can you even stop self-blaming and guilt too? Because that doesn't work either. It's okay to just not know. I didn't know any better. It's okay. Because if you come at me with just what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Then that's actually worse. That's actually worse too. That's not good either. I just need to feel like a whole person and say it's okay that I don't know everything in life. It's okay that I'm confused in certain aspects of life. And it's a beautiful experience. And we can learn more as we go. Some people will leave the angle of pointing fingers. They put that finger, they point it right back at themselves. And now the person that they are trying to do relationship with is having to worry about boosting your ego all the time. That's also toxic. Right? That's also not good. And you know why you do that? Because you can't just get your mind off of right and wrong for a second. If they are not wrong, it must be me that I'm wrong. Anyway, subhuman, yeah. Jamie is not even American with this demon taking the country back. Yeah, they just make assumptions. They make assumptions, So I'm gonna look at I noticed that Summer Aku did some videos around this. I just want to go straight into the comments. If you want to be entertained by the sorry about that. If you want to be entertained, go into the comment. If you want to be entertained about how bad things are, and I know that sounds terrible, don't take me too seriously, it's okay. Right? how bad things are, just go in the comments, you know, leave us alone. Content creators, go in the comment. The content creators are the viewers. Go in the comment of some of those bigger channels, right? And then you will shake your head. You just be like, no wonder, right? But Jamie needs help. Okay, Jamie needs help. It's obvious to me as well that probably what you may call it will need help too. Nikki, and there's no escaping the work that they need to do. They will need to do the work in order to have a better chance at life again. It's not about somebody is more guilty than the other person. She had an ex. Oh wow, that's too bad. It's sad. Okay, but that's very common as a matter of fact. Okay, ever since people started dating multiple people before they actually get married, yes, some weirdo ex always creep back to the surface. And if you're weak, you don't have a solid situation going on, if there's a crack, they will come right through it. Okay, man, woman, doesn't matter. Okay, so Chia says, Summer to me sounds like she's more pro. I don't care about what's up. I don't care what someone is saying, Jerry. I just want to go in the comment. I'm going in the comment to see what the actual content creators are saying. He said that he's going through therapy as he has depression. He better. I hope so. He's going to need help. He's going to need therapy because what he's gone through is once you jump into the internet street and then you start feeling like 10 million people are supporting you or they're against you, either way, it's not good. You know, you're gonna need lots of help. Forget Nikki for a second because Nikki has not said anything, so I can't really address her. You will need a lot of help. Okay. All right. So let me look at this comment. I mean, Somaku's comment. This person says people will look for anything, just anything, to attack someone. I grew up in a home with parents who were constantly at each other's necks. Eventually, they split and my dad went around spreading lies. Okay, he was speaking his experience. The experience can feel like it's all a lie on the other side. This is the nature of romantic experience that's end up in the water. He said, but that's not what I remember. Well, somebody must be telling the lie. You are telling the lie because you're trying to discount or you're trying to put human beings' experience in the box. And it just doesn't work, okay? You are a liar if you think somebody must be telling the lie, okay? But when people are in a romantic relationship, when they're in the same classroom watching the same lecturer, they have two different experiences. That's how everybody knows that. But everybody forgets that when there's a relationship, okay? So this person now is accusing their father of spreading lies. If you find yourself in a position where you're accusing your own papa of spreading lies and you think you're escaping this, forget the papa and the mama. You don't date inside one chance. There is no way that is going to come out in a good relationship later on as a good thing. You see how pointing fingers work? When you open your mouth and all you want to do is point fingers, 4 of them, you're exposing yourself usually. That's how it works, okay? And the same thing goes for me. Even when I'm talking here doing content creation stuff, I'm talking a lot. I'm exposing myself to a lot. The only thing that saves me is because I'm talking about other people's story for the most part. But I'm not really exonerated from this same fact, right? That's why if you see me outside of this, it's usually a place where I don't have to do a lot of talking, right? My mom kept quiet. The lies eventually came out. People will blindly follow anything that fits the narrative they've created in their heads. This man has suffered enough. Just let him be. So this man has suffered. This man has suffered. The children don't suffer. Forget the children for a second. Never mind the children. The children don't. No. The man don't suffer. That man, they suffer. Yeah, that's BS, okay? Just because they're the one crying out doesn't mean that the only one suffering, okay? Some people just know enough to seek help in controlled environments, okay? He asked people not to drag Nikki, knowing good and well that people will come. Yeah, I saw that video. That's how it started. Please don't go and drag Nikki. Are you confused or something? Because everything you're about to do after that point, say, go and drag Nikki for me. People are confused like that. People are confused like that. Write that down, okay? So many of us are, let me say us, we're confused like that, all right? Wow. Let me go back into the comment here. I trust someone to come out with receipt. I'll always stick into facts, not rumors. Okay, the receipt she came out with, I did watch this video, was when she's saying they were in love. I do think they were in love. Okay, in love is not the same thing as you love a person, but I think they love each other still till now. Okay, and yes, love is still enough, in case you're wondering. Okay, love is still enough. It just depends. What do you mean by love, though? Maybe your own version of love is not enough. I don't know where you're tapping your own love from, but maybe it's not enough, right? But the point is that they were as good as anyone would get in the beginning. Got married, did everything they could do. Maybe they didn't go to 50 months of counseling like you, okay? Maybe they didn't, right? Can you point back to that and say that's why? Okay, sure, knock yourself out. But I'm guessing you're going to shoot yourself on the legs, because it's not about avoiding issues. It's about how do you respond to issues when they happen. Issues inevitably will happen in any relationship, any marriage. How do you respond to it is the key. Okay? Are you prepared with all 50 months of counseling to handle conflicts when they inevitably happen? Right? So that's the receipt she says she brought out. For me, anytime somebody got married and they have babies, I don't start sitting around doubting if they ever love each other. That's irrelevant across the board. There's too many good people in the divorce courts. It's irrelevant. Oh, but they should have picked a little bit better. I beg. Go sit down somewhere. Instead of yours saying he deleted the video because he wanted sympathy and got it, don't you think he did that cause of threats? Oh, okay. Now they're arguing about why he deleted. He deleted the video because the video was wrong. If anything was wrong today, is the act of pulling up a camera in front of your babies, your baby moms, who you probably can take down if it comes down to combat, and then claiming that something. I just like, you're in a funky place. It doesn't mean you have not collected shege from her. Precisely what I'm saying is that you have collected shege from her and you don't know what you're doing still.
Sorry.
Yeah, you haven't learned anything. And I understand you can't learn anything because you're still angry. You're so angry to the point that you wanted to put it all on blast. For what? Let's do the math. What do you get from that? Outside of the sympathy as accused. Maybe you got sympathy. It's probably not real sympathy. It's entertainment for most people. But what do you get from that? Anything tangible? Oh, well, I get in the courts. They can have evidence so that in case anything happens. Baba, why did you wait all till it's funky like that? Oh, wait, Ola, you're asking the same question that people ask when it comes to marriage. Well, we're talking about this crisis right now, right? This particular crisis that started today, the one I told you, if somebody smacks something off the table, call the police. That one. I'm not talking about the whole thing. Who is talking about what happened 10 years ago when we decided to marry? That makes no sense. It makes no sense. Well, maybe people can pick better. No, they will never be able to pick better. They have no idea what they're doing when they get married. The only thing they can do is learn how to handle conflicts when it's happening. How do you respond to conflicts? That's all you can do. Right? That's all you can do. It's a given fact. Everybody knows that you should prepare before you enter something. Everybody knows that. Right? But you know what they say about people that prepare, that have plans? They say God laugh at them. Welcome to the real world. This is marriage. Okay? Nobody's telling you not to prepare. I'm saying it's stupid to be asking people that are divorcing at 7 years why they didn't prepare. That's in the past. They are married. For them to be married at 6 years, they've done a few things right. A few things. All they need is one little thing to take them out, to destroy everything. That's all it takes. Yes, and it doesn't matter how perfect you did the premarital stuff. It's about, are you guys prepared when that crisis happens? Some people, it's just that their mother died. It's not cheating. And they just couldn't get themselves back again. Before you know it, the whole thing is messy. Right? So, Ejeka ramate o dede o. Onike ramate. Ramate. Let me see. Somebody said something. But Patrick said, no. Chinye said, I do sense that Jamie loves Nikki and is in pain that things went this way. They won't be in this place where they are if they don't love each other. The opposite of love is indifference. Where she can have whatever she wants. I just want to move on with my life. Numb. That's the opposite of love, not hate. Hate is literally almost the same thing as the in-love, passionate nonsense that we go into marriage because of. Right? Hate is not the opposite of love when it comes to emotional matters. It's not. If you're that passionate, you're passionately recording, you would, of course, it's caught up. Now we can start to dissect. Is that really love? Is that we're not getting into all that, okay? The point is that there's something there. Somebody cares about something and they're just moving mad and they're facing the wrong direction. They're not facing forward. Okay? Summer Aku actually did a good job analyzing the whole scenario. I think she tried to be balanced, right? She was trying to say they were in love. Stop dragging, I think that's the part that I saw, right? According to him, the divorce took 4 years and was finalized March this year. That was so long and nasty. Then after 7 months, you came to do it. Continue. Yeah, it was probably contended divorce, and they probably dragged each other towards, and they probably said don't talk, and he probably felt like he needed to say something all along, and that process is very painful. Not just for any one side that claims it's painful. Stop thinking that. People will listen to that one side that they already have bias with, and they say, no. It's painful for all parties involved, usually. Oh, the other person dragged you. Yeah, that person probably don't want to wake up every day to drag another person. They probably felt cheated in the past. That's why I said, don't wait. Now, if you waited and you are here now, don't continue in the same line of thought when you don't know what you're doing. The first step to that is like they are just wicked. They're wicked. Okay, you're right. There's only one thing you do with wicked people. You should destroy them. Now, if you're going to destroy them and that destroys you too, don't you think you should learn something else outside of the fact that they're wicked? Let me agree with you, they're wicked. But don't you think there's something else you should learn? If you're going to destroy them and it will destroy you in turn because of your children, don't you think there might be something else you need to learn? Anyway, let me just say this. Hold on a second. Let me see. I'm wondering what's going on behind the scenes that triggered him to come and trash. I mean, it's obvious. Divorce is nasty. How do I tell you guys this? Divorce is nasty. Divorce is not fun. Right? Divorce is not fun. Right? I know Babyface yesterday made divorce look like, walk in the park, we just do it twice. I'm happy for you. That's almost impossible. What I know today, that's almost impossible. Right? At least one party does not feel that way. In fact, if you do that, I'm happy for you, then they will say you are manipulative. Like, look me. I also read somewhere that Jamie's video is about to cause Nikki to lose a Fenty deal. Well, nobody wants to be a part of, no brand wants to be a part of this mess, right? That again, that's going to tamper with your kids, the welfare of your kids. You got to think it all the way through. Think it beyond how you feel in any moment in time. Think it beyond, just because I know for a fact that you collected, that woman dealt with you, does not mean I'm going to come here and tell you that you should just jump out into the internet street and start crying. You will hurt yourself further. And the worst part is that you will hurt your children in the process. Nobody has it all in life. Okay, it might seem like we have it all sometimes, but we have this. Sometimes when we have this, we lost this, right? And that's how life works. That nobody has it all in life. It's unrealistic expectations. Maybe silent, like, because you won't admit that you have unrealistic expectations, and I don't expect you to admit it, right? But it's unrealistic expectation to expect life to be perfect, to expect your partner to be perfect all the time, or to expect that you will know everything about a person that you married at the age of 22. You don't know them. You will, in fact, the fun part of everything is that you continue to get to know them as you go, right? And if you're not okay with that, you're going to attract the worst. You're going to attract specifically what you fear the most. And it will happen, and it will be like Ola predicted. No, I didn't predict it. It's just how it works. Look behind you. That's how it works all the time. You start seeing it before it actually happens. If you have this strong fear of anything, you start seeing it before it happens. So, I don't know, If she loses the deal, it will affect the children. Yeah, you got to think it all the way through. What's up, Adewale? Adewale says he's really struggling financially because the couple channel the ex-wife left did not kick off. Their followers wants to see them as a couple, not Jamie. Yeah, that's why you got it. Like this YouTube thing we're doing, right? You guys probably are aware. I don't monetize just like this, right? This is bigger than... If for some reason they come down and shut this down, I'll be fine, right? But most YouTubers, they don't have that luxury. And YouTube make it easy. You could jump on, turn up a mic, and you start talking, and then people will make millions of dollars, literally millions upon millions of dollars. And shout out to Jackie. I know those are some of the people that are doing it right. At some point, you got to take your brand and talk to some people and flip it into something that can be tangible beyond just putting your baby's face on camera. Right? Do you think it has not crossed my face before? Let me put my baby together. Maybe we can do something. I'm like, Mom, no. I come here and do this because it's natural to a large extent. I'm a student of this game, so it's natural to a large extent. As you can see, when it becomes I have to chase guests to come on the show, it's not my forte. If you get me to try to do that, I might just get tired of the whole thing and stop. Right? And I always tell people, like, listen, feel free, want to be a guest, come up, please, But me chasing people, it's just not, you know what I mean? But there's a lot of this content creators. There's a lot of them out there. If the algorithms move the left like this, just move wrongly like this, the whole channel will just not get any audience anymore. And then they like start running around town like something mad happened. Like, well, it is, right? Something crazy happened, right? So we try our best to take care of the algorithms, but the ultimate is the content. If he has value, he has value. It's documenting here, we'll continue to do it. But when you have to involve your kids or you involve something that other people has to decide with you, and it's another headache, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure it's something you enjoy doing, right? But it sounds to me that he was the YouTuber. He was the actual person behind the whole thing, and she wasn't really a YouTuber. She's just a model, right? That's what it sounds like to me. And you see some of those kids with a lot of money that, like windfall type of money, right? Like if you hit like 1 million subscribers on YouTube, that's a lot of money that comes with that. For an average human being, I don't care if it's $20,000 per month, if it's $15,000, that's a lot of money for an average human being just to sit down and talk. And when that happens, you're put into certain positions that you're not prepared for. So you're now meeting a supermodel, and that one too has coconut head because people look at her, she's beautiful, right? And then they don't know what they're doing, So yeah, I think all of that will probably add insult to the injury, right? That's why he keep out suddenly. That's why he comes out suddenly. Oh, he's angry. It's obvious he's angry, right? He said that the divorce cost him 160, probably more. He probably doesn't know how to do math. That they have a huge channel. Let me see how many monitoring spirits they have on this YouTube street. I didn't even check it out because I'm learning about them for the first time today. You probably noticed I scheduled something else earlier. Right? Let me see. Jamie Perkins. Trying to see if I can find the YouTube channel. He has a channel 1.73 million subscribers. Oh my god, what a waste. What a waste. Asson lórí asson. Asson lórí asson. So Okay, let me show you what I'm looking at with you guys. Oh Lord, look at this. Look at this. 1.7 million monitoring spirits on this YouTube streets. Owó sọnù. He lost more than $160,000 guaranteed. That's the saying he was fighting for joint custody, which I'm not mad at him for. Yeah, it's you fight, but when you fight, you have to strategize. You don't do it with your emotions. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And it looks like he's probably injected his emotions a few times, or maybe he had been doing a good job and he just busted out today. No, they probably didn't know what they were doing, both of them. You know, in terms of marriage, they are probably extremely good at blowing up YouTube, but they don't understand what we call sustainability in life, right? Sustainability is a lot of people doing YouTube that don't understand sustainability. Like, if something happens, right, are you prepared for that? People do marriage like that too. If somehow you wake up right now today and your husband slap you, whoa, God forbid, okay, what do? A lot of people they've never thought about it. Well, let me tell you what to do. You call the police, okay? Even if your wife slapped you, okay? That's what you do. But a lot of people have never thought about just conflict, right? Just conflict, emotional conflict. We toss back and forth. We got caught up in emotional, funky arguments. People never thought about that. They said, oh, both of you should love each other. Both of you should wash each other's feet. Shout out to Brother Patrick. I love washing my wife's feet. I should do more of it, by the way. Right? Nobody ever teach anything about what if you are trying to do this and the other person is doing the opposite. How do you respond to that kind of crisis? No one ever talks about that. They don't. Well, I'm generalizing, but very, very few people take the time to understand that. You know? Money don't miss road. Yeah, YouTube fame is fleeting. It does not last longer. Invest the money when you are hot. Yep, exactly. As a new young generation comes, you might not be popular anymore. Well, anything that looks like fame has 3 to 5 years lifespan. Anything. If it's just pure fame, fluffy, like fuke, right? If that's all you've got, you went viral. I mean, here's a micro way to look at it. Look at people that just go viral, right? They just go viral for no reason. Like, examples like, you know, this guy literally, if every time I played it, I send him 1 cent.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.
Right? What about this guy right here?
They use your function to play.
Are we not going to move on to something else in 5 years' time? Tops, right? Tops, right? If you don't have anything that has intrinsic value in what you have to offer and it's just all pure fame, you're correct, Adewale. It's only a matter of time before that reality catches up, no matter how big your YouTube is. If you pay attention to this guy, Mr. Beast, right? Mr. Beast is not a YouTuber. That's disrespectful to call Mr. Beast a YouTuber. It's absolutely disrespectful to call Mr. Beast a YouTuber. Let me see. You guys know who Mr. Beast is? I don't even think it's the biggest YouTuber. 204 million. Jesus Christ. Insane. 204 million subscribers. Right? He says subscribe for a cookie with it. Right? While everybody say, put this on your page. Say, oh, you drop videos 3 times a week. They say, all these rules. Guys say subscribe for a cookie. I'll send you a cookie. And he probably means it, by the way. I actually like this idea. Subscribe for a cookie. Maybe subscribe for a candy or something. Put that on top of it. You know why? Because there's intrinsic value. There's something deeper than fame inside of what he's up to. Right? He brings real value. It's mostly entertainment value. Right? But entertainment value is value, right? Beyond just fame. You know, the fame that YouTube just dash you because you blew up one day. Because you put your children on the face of TikTok. We just gotta be careful, you know. Nobody holy pass, okay? Nobody holy pass, but we all need to stay humble. Thank you. Hit the like button. Let's get it up to we got it up to 24. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, Lady Navarro. I appreciate you. Some divorces just be overrated. Wow, how much that is, but seem pricey, right? Well, because of the work they had, the brand, he lost more than $160,000. Definitely. I mean, 1.7 million subscribers. That's a lot of people. Okay, there's a lot of. If what they want to see is a couple, there are ways to strategize and still get the audience what they want. There are ways, but you have to be willing to sit down and strategize. And if you depend on the other person to be calm, let's have a calm conversation first before I can talk. If you need that, well, you're probably not going to get too far, because that person is probably like, screw you and your money, especially if they're not part of your of your YouTube nonsense in the first place. They say, screw you and your money. And then you now come around and say, well, she tried to destroy my career. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. But these people that will tell you, say, you're right, they don't like you. There's more to that story. There's more to that story. Particularly the solutions that you're looking for, it's not going to come from pointing fingers. It never does. Okay? It never does. Is that correct English? I think so. Yeah. Jamie was spending money on expensive things. Hey, he was making money now. That's a USA have amount in Jesus. I'm just saying. Us have amount. Oh, I can't read your shorthands. I didn't do shorthands in high school. They didn't have a plan B. Nope, they didn't. How could they? They thought it was gonna last forever, right? Who thought the person I love, right, could ever? People don't have anything like that. They don't have things like that in place. They don't even learn the game. You talk about plan B. They should at least learn the game first. Learn the game of life. Like just understanding, playing pure, nothing in life is guaranteed. Just knowing that and internalizing it and let it sit for a while and say, wait, what? So I can't just learn everything in the beginning and have a perfect marriage? Just, they have a hard time with that, right? So, and it's not, and I would say them, I'm saying all of us, to be honest with you, we struggle with this. We struggle with accountability. We struggle with a good balance between fantasy and reality, because we do need to fantasize. Okay, that's what creates this beautiful experience. Okay, somebody fantasized about the fact that you could sit in your house this evening and be watching me from thousands of miles away. It became reality. Not all of them becomes reality, but imagine somebody starts stopping them from fantasizing. Could make sense now. But there's people actively on this internet street trying to stop people from fantasizing. I'm like, who are you helping? Yourself? Okay, you're holier than thou, stupid person. You can't help anybody. Okay, you're only going to destroy more people, because sometimes just the fact that you have a physical thing like this in your hands make you want to read it. And if you had it sitting on your phone, there's a chance you might not read it. The human mind is much more complex than what a lot of people are calling logic. Okay. Mr. Beast is TV genius who just happened to choose YouTube as his TV station. If Mr. Beast starts a streaming platform, YouTube would lose all that ad money. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. But yeah, this was a good one. I decided to just focus on this story today and see if we can get some word out of it, you know. Yeah, these people my last word, let me just say a couple of things before I round up. Okay, hit that like button, I beg. Hit that like button. You know, a lot of people right now will probably say, well, they should have open communication. Like, nah, that's a terrible advice. They're angry, okay, and it's not communication's fault. Okay, they need to back off of each other, not have open communication. They need to back off of each other for now. All right, they need to breathe. They need to engage individual counseling, individual therapy, coaching, whatever support system. They need to back off of each other, right? And it's not a they. Stop the cap, Ola. Whoever is talking, that's particularly Jamie today, he needs to seek help. Okay, he needs to seek help. It's not good enough to say I'm in therapy. No, clearly that therapy is not working. It's not working yet. Maybe it will work later, but he needs to stay engaged. He needs to go and work on himself. Okay, and stop looking for open communication. A lot of people are looking for open communication from people that don't want to communicate with you. That is not open communication. That is you talking too much. You don't know when to stop. Right? The other issue here is trust and infidelity. When you have infidelity, it's to tamper with trust. Trust is a very delicate thing. It takes much longer to build it than it is to destroy it. Okay? So she has a past of talking to exes and stuff like that. With this young man, it's bad. Yeah, he will never get over it. It's almost impossible. Let me say never say never. It's almost impossible that he can get over that. He claimed that, oh, they went past it at one point. I was like, no, bro, you never went past it. Stop the cap. You never went past that issue from the first year in the marriage, okay? It crept back up on the 5th year, which is not a long time. Stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
But trust is a very delicate thing. Once you break it, there's no guarantee, and you can't manipulate people with forgiveness. All right? If they want to forgive, they'll forgive. You can't go, oh, well, forgiveness is for you. Please forgive. Like, Baba, you're telling stories. You can't manipulate people with forgiveness. It doesn't work. Okay? You can't manipulate them with forgiveness talk. It is true that forgiveness is for you, but that means you should wait for them, right? So, but like I said, they both need emotional support. He's the one talking. I don't like addressing people that have not spoken. The only thing she said is the camera is in her face in our most vulnerable moment. So I can't really speak to her. I can talk to him because his statements are all over the place on the blogs. He needs emotional support. Okay? He needs emotional support. He's not going to be able to get through this by himself. Okay? Even though the story indicates that he did everything he could to support his wife, emotionally, financially, but there's a big old but. He needs to focus on himself. You can't pour from an empty cup. And this is another evidence. You can't help. She has a poor upbringing. Why? Because you have your white mother there. I beg, stop the cap. Okay?
Stop the cap.
No, that has nothing to do with nothing. You're just like everybody else, that their relationship has ended up in poto because they didn't know what they were doing. I was one of them. Okay. If you need to oversimplify anything, keep it that simple. At least we know that we are rock bottom. We can start learning from there. But any other form of oversimplifying things like, oh, she never loved him, all that kind of stuff is... that's irrelevant. Irrelevant. And like I said, when it comes to anything that smell like physical abuse, I didn't say is, smell like it. You call the police. They need to learn their lesson. They need to lock them away for a weekend so they can have some emotional self-control. Okay? Yes, you don't have to have touched that person. You just have to bang this microphone off this table. I will call the cops. I'll call the police. So that you can go and say, in Canada, husbands are calling police on their wives. Like, I'll call the police on you. Because I'm not going to have you send me to jail unnecessarily. You have to have some self-control. Okay? So, that's that about that. But, again, I can't stress this enough. They can't do anything on their own. Those kids are the victims. Not either of them too. Okay? Somebody cheated on you. Well, leave. If it's that deep, leave. Okay? But you're not a bigger victim than the children. Okay, that's cap. You're not a bigger victim than the children.
Stop the cap.
Alright. So very, very important things here. Self-esteem issue. Yeah, I think that's a thing. But again, you can't fix the problem from the symptoms. What are the deeper issues here, right? Of course your self-esteem is shot. When you're in this situation, of course the self-esteem is shot. Of course. Right? You know, the work is going to be done in private, in your private life, in privacy, not in the public. Okay? Yes, including reality TV show work. It doesn't work. The Inyala Save My Life, all that kind of stuff, that's entertainment. That's entertainment. The work has to be done in solitude, in your own private. When monitoring spirits enter the matter, either for or against you, you will collect. Woto. It will get worse. Okay? And I don't think we need to use blame at all. But if you have to blame anybody, you blame yourself. Okay? Blame yourself for that. Okay? But that's all I have for today. Hopefully do me a favor, hit that like button, share, subscribe. Okay, if you're watching a replay later, there's always like a $sign somewhere around there. You can always donate. We're trying to get to $1,000. We're at $220 right now, $220.67. So we're still looking for a sponsor for this show. Even after the show, that's fine. All right, and again, shout out to all our channel sponsors. I appreciate you. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.